Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. My boys EZA's out. This whole celebration has just been perfectly built for me. You know, we had a Dokkan Fest Super Vegeta, who's one of the best TURs in the game. Absolutely amazing, just absolute dominant unit. Now, we have EZA Majin Vegeta, one of my favorite LRs in the game because it's an LR MV. Now he has an EZA where he has defense and is now actually usable in harder events. And I know for a full fact this guy's damage is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Like, this celebration I said was just perfectly built for me. Dokkan Fest Vegeta, EZA Vegeta. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. As always, if you have been enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like and also subscribe if you are new. If you have used the new EZA LR Vegeta, or LR Majin Vegeta, should I say, do let me know down in the comments what you think of him. I'm going to be going into the Goku event because we are going to be testing out, well, not really testing out, but that's more where we can get the crit chance off, because of course he has that part in his passive where, you know, if you're facing a Goku enemy or have a Goku ally on your team, you have an extra 20% crit chance. Mine is rainbowed, but you might as well just take him in the Goku event to do that. This is the original team we're going to start off with, because I'm going to go in with the second one or some alterations to this one. Of course, we have the Super Saiyan Xeno Vegeta for support, so we can see how he does with a support on the team. I do want to look at him with his 18 key with support, and then how much damage he's doing on his 12 key with support. The only thing I think is going to be difficult about that is, of course, most supports in the game, including this one, supply key. So hopefully we can get like an additional if we need to, and then we can share some links with, of course, this Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, so we can get off links like Over in a Flash and Shattering the Limit. And then we just got my boy, the Dokkan Fest Vegeta, the Super Vegeta, because why not? And then I'm going to go back into the Goku event, and we're going to put a Kid Trunks unit on the team to get the additional attack and defense plus 20%. We're then going to put that Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma unit on the team, so we can see the damage reduction in play and like how it works, and how much he's actually tanking for. Unfortunately, that part of his passive you're probably never going to be getting off because there's just no Bulma units. The only good Bulma units that is actually on the same, in fact, no, not even the same category. The only good Bulma unit in the game is literally kind of the Fizz Pepigal one, who literally recently just got an EZA. But none of the other Bulma units share any same categories to LR Majin Vegeta. The only one that does, as I said, is the SSJ2 Vegeta and Bulma, who really do need an EZA if you're going to be running them on a team. So you're probably never going to be getting off until they eventually do receive an EZA. The only nice thing is they're probably guaranteed to pick up an EZA at some point. We just don't know when. So at least that's kind of a guarantee. We just don't know when. And then, yeah. And then we'll wrap up. But I'm looking forward to this one. His damage is probably going to be insane. He's probably going to be very good, especially now that he actually has some defense. But I said earlier in the video, or the beginning of the video, do let me know what you think of him down in the comments. I'm going to go into the Goku event, see what he can do, then hop back in with the Bulma and the Trunks unit, and see how he fares when he, I guess he has all his conditions off, really, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. I'll see you in a sec. So we have him on rotation immediately. We actually have him set up really well. The only link we're literally missing is Saiyan Warrior Race, which means we're missing out on attack plus 5%, which for EZA Majin Vegeta, considering his main kind of, you know, thing, even before his EZA, was damage, not really missing too much, but it's kind of nice to have the extra 5%. So with almost all of his links active, none of his extra kind of, you know, not conditions, but none of his extra bonuses are coming from his passive, from, you know, the damage reduction from Bulma, the additional attack and defense plus 20% from a Trunks Kid unit. We are facing a Goku enemy, but then, as I said, it's only a 20% chance, which is very good, by the way. But he's rainbowed anyway, so this one, it's neither here nor there. He is on 147k attacks and 172k defense. It's nice to see my boy MV with some defense now. It means he's actually usable in harder events. Do I lose any links by moving these around? I do. So we're going to give you those. Hopefully you don't get an additional. As I said, I kind of want to see how much damage he's putting out on his 18 and his 12. Typically his 12 would put out more damage because his 18 is an AoE. So hopefully we can kind of get that going, and then do the same when we have the, you know, the rest of the units on the team. So a 4.8 million attack stat, just shy of 5 mil. And that's with, as I said, none of the extra things in his passive coming off. That's no additional attack and defense. That's no support. That's on his 12 key with just almost all of his links active. The extra 5% attack would have still taken him probably just shy of 5 mil. But that's really nice, considering, as I said, you're getting that off without literally doing anything. You don't need to, you know, give him a support. So there's none of the extra bonuses in his passive. There's no build up. There's no stacking. That is literally just his raw damage output, linked up with another like 2 Vegeta units that get most of his links off. So if I do say so myself, that is actually pretty good. You know, I'm not just being biased, you know, I think we can all agree that's pretty good. But in terms of what he does, if you don't know, he is an AGL lead, giving key plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 120%. So the main place that's going to be useful is pretty much Ultimate Clash, you know, at this point. On 12 key, he raises his attack for 1 turn, which is an SA multiplier of 30% for 1 turn. Causes mega colossal damage to the enemy with a medium chance of stunning, which is a 30% chance to stun the enemy for 2 turns, which of course we won't be getting off here, but a very useful tool to have, which I always say in the likes of SBR and ESBR. So right now, with hardly any links active, he's lost about 20k on attack stat, and he's lost about not even 10k on defense, which is nice. Most of his links are indeed attack links. I'm actually going to put him in the middle. Does he get anything else? No. So with hardly any of his links active, kind of almost at the bare minimum, but you're going to see what he can put out on his 12 key, which is, as I said, 12 key typically does more damage than his 18 key, considering his 18 is an AoE, but 4.3 mil. It's quite a bit less than the, of course, with the majority of his links active, barring 1. Which was, what link was that? I think it was Sane Warrior Race, which is only attack plus 5%. But 4.3 is still pretty good. It does take a dramatic drop, but that's still pretty good. As I said, for nothing, for no build up, for literally just bang, there you go. There's 4.3 milli attacks that just kind of pulled out the air. That is pretty good. That is quite nice. But on 18 key, he also raises his attack by 30% for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to all enemies with a medium chance of stunning them, which again is a 30% chance to stun for 2 turns. Again, very useful for SBR and ESBR, especially if you hit an AoE and you stun multiple enemies, very useful. On his passive, he now has defense, which is the major thing that makes him usable now, 150% defense, and then he gets 180% attack when performing a super attack. He gets key plus 2 and reduces damage received by 20% when there's an ally whose name includes Bulma on the team, which we'll do a bit later in the video. He also gets key plus 2 plus an additional attack and defense plus 20% when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks' kid on the team, which again we're going to do later in the video. And also when you have a Goku enemy, or you're facing a Goku enemy, or a Goku ally on the team, he'll get key plus 2 and a chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% when the name of an ally who is attacking in the same turn or enemy includes Goku, as I said. And then to end it off, he gets key plus 12 and performs a critical hit when HP is 30% or less once only. So you're guaranteed to get a crit off and key plus 12 when your HP is 30% or less, which is nice. But having your HP at 30% or less in a harder event is not something you really want to be doing. If it just happens, like, you know, simultaneously while you're running an event like this, then cool, that's fine. But you obviously don't want to be kind of aiming for that. If it just happens naturally, cool. You don't want to be going for that, especially when he has a 20% crit chance when you have a Goku ally on the team as well, which, I mean, it's a Majin Vegeta unit. It's a Super Saiyan Majin Vegeta unit. He's a pure Saiyan. He shares a lot of categories with Goku. Or Goku units, you know, Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Worthy Rivals, Super Saiyan 2, Final Trump Card. I think All Out Struggle is another one. Is there a Goku? Yeah, there's a Goku unit there. Connected Hope. Gifted Warriors, I think there's one Goku unit, which is the Vegeta Goku exchange unit from Namek, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's on there. I saw it yesterday. I swear I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that's not there. Or maybe I'm missing it. Am I missing it? Oh, no, it was there. I just didn't see it because it's blurred out. Yeah, there we go. There's no Goku unit on there, but there is the exchange, so that still kind of counts. So yeah, there's a plethora of categories that not only Majin Vegeta goes on, but he also shares with Goku. So as I said before, it shouldn't be too difficult to actually get, you know, that 20% crit chance. So it's better to kind of have that than, you know, than to kind of aim for the 30% HP or less kind of condition to get the guaranteed crit. Like, I know the other one is plus 20% on chance, but you know, guaranteeing a crit with HP when your HP is 30% or less, yeah, you don't really want to be going for that, as I said, in a harder event. So he's going to get in supered with type disadvantage with no damage reduction. So he'll still take a decent amount on a harder event, on a super. Granted, this is like the early doors of the original Goku event with type disadvantage, so, you know, that can kind of show you whereabouts in, like, for example, GT Goku event, the type of damage he'll be taking, you know, on type neutral parts of the event, maybe just a little bit less than that. But prior to EZAing, he would have taken so much more damage. So much more damage prior to his EZA if he didn't have that 150% defense. Like, he would have been hit for like 200k minimum on this phase, and this is literally only what, the third phase in this event. So the fact he now has defense is such a good sight. It actually makes him so much more usable. But in terms of his link skills, he has some nice links. He has Super Saiyan, he has Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, Over in a Flash, Shouting the Limit, Legendary Power. A good set of key links. You know, he has 3 in Royal Lineage, Over in a Flash, Shouting the Limit. The only annoying thing is, Over in a Flash and Shouting the Limit are majority of the time units that are Super Saiyan 3 units, which there's a decent amount in the game, but when you think about some of the teams you're running them on and who you're running with, they won't have those links. Some of them will have them outside of SSJ3. Like, for example, Over in a Flash, there's, I mean, to be fair, there is LR Vegeta, but everyone calls him mid nowadays. There is LR Strength UI Goku. There is the transforming Goku, the EZA AGL transforming Goku. That is an option. That's SSJ3 Trunks. I said SSJ3 units, your like major units that you're going to be getting them from, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I said there are some good SSJ3 units in the game, but that's mainly a link, as I said, commonly, you know, used or shared between SSJ3 units. So we do have this Vegeta on rotation with us, so we can now get the support off, but of course we're going to kill him here, so I'm actually just going to keep him on rotation for the time being, and then I want to see how he does with the support on rotation with him with a 12 and 18 key, so hopefully we can both get them off. And then after that, we're going to come back into the Goku event, and this time we're going to have a Bulma unit on the team, or a unit that's name includes Bulma, and then we're going to have a Trunks Kid unit on the team as well, and then we'll wrap up the video. But so far I'm impressed. I mean, to be fair, even prior to him EZAing, Majin Vegeta was his main thing kind of going for him has always been damage output. His damage output has always been very good. Now that he has defense to go with it, it's nice. It's honestly just a shame about his passive. It's not, see, for the most part, it's not that restrictive. You know, it's actually not that bad. The Bulma part, though, the damage reduction with a Bulma unit is incredibly restrictive, just as like, because there's limited Bulma units as is. There's also limited good Bulma units in the game. The one that is good, as I said, can't be run on the same team as them because they don't share categories together, and then the only option you have just isn't good. But how many links do we have active? We have almost all of them, you know, kind of the usual 4 or 5 links you typically have active unless you have like a perfect link partner. So we are missing Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Pride, and Legendary Power. So we have 164k attack stat, literally just over 200k defense. We are going to be getting his 18 key off. If we can get an additional, we can actually wrap this part of the video up in one. He is rainbow, so I mean, an additional isn't out of the question. But we'll see if that happens. But Vegeta might actually kill Goku here before that happens. So with the support, he's getting a 5.1 million attack stat. With the extra few links off, you're probably looking at like 5.5, 5.6 million, which is, I mean, just over 5 mil was very good anyway. Especially because if you think about it, If you have the majority of his links active, or you have a support unit and you're in SBR and ESBR, which, for example, that Super Saiyan Xeno Vegeta, sorry. I mean, there is a Goku variant. You know, you can actually take him and actually be quite usable there after like 1 or 2 supers. He's sitting over 5 mil without all of his links active, which is really nice. And that's just over 5 mil on all the enemies you're facing in an SBR or ESBR event. And also the potential, you know, 20% chance? No, 30% chance to stun them as well. That's 5 million hitting all the units you're facing in an SBR and ESBR event, which is very good. Very, very good. As I said, damage output has never been a problem with this Vegeta. It just never has. So now we're gonna get his 18 key off, which typically, as I said in the beginning of the video, typically does more damage. It probably won't do too much more, but it will probably do a little bit more than the 18 key. So that one was like just over 5 mil. Where we sitting on the 12 key. By the way, this video is probably going to be a little bit longer because, as I said, we are going to go back in and see how he does with the Bulma and Trunks on the team. 6.7. 6.7 million attack stat, literally with just one support unit. All of his links aren't even active. I think if all of his links were active, you're literally potentially just shy of a 7 million attack stat. And if they were level 10, I reckon he would be sitting on a 7 mil attack stat on his 12 key with a support. That's crazy. I told you, MV's damage output is up there. So far, I'm impressed. As I said, the only downside is that very limited and restricted part of his passive with the Bulma and the damage reduction. We're about to see if it's even worth getting off, even though you're not really going to be getting off anyway when you use him. Because let's face it, who's using the SSJ2 Vegeta and Bulma unit just to get off 20% damage reduction? You're better off just covering with items until eventually that unit does receive an EZA. But so far, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Now we're going to see what he does with the Bulma unit on the team and a Trunks Kid unit on the team. Things can only get better, right? Okay, we're back in. We've got the Bulma and Trunks Kid unit on the team. You actually don't have to have them in the same turn for you to get these things off. Just by having a unit that name include Bulma on the team and a Trunks Kid unit on the team, we're getting the 20% damage reduction from the Bulma unit. We're also getting the attack and defense plus 20% from the Trunks Kid unit. Again, we kind of have the average amount of links active, 4 or 5. So with the additional attack and defense plus 20% from the Trunks Kid unit, we're on 141k attack stat and 186k defense. I'm pretty sure I want to say that's like 20k just under extra attack and like 10k not even extra defense. So we're going to see how this damage reduction fares. Right now we're going to see how much damage he's going to do on his 18 key with the extra attack and defense plus 20% without a support. If we can get supered, we can kind of see where the damage reduction is kind of sitting at. No super, but 4.3 million attack stat. Even though it was literally just like a couple minutes ago, I can't actually remember how much damage he'd done. We actually got the additional as well. So we were on like what, just over 4 mil, 4.2, and then we went up to 4.4 on the 12 key. So we actually got 2 in 1 there. That's actually quite nice. And I said this is a bit of a long video, so that helps me save time. So that is actually quite nice to get off. So 4.4 on the 12, about 4, just over 4, 4.2 on the 18 with the extra attack and defense plus 20%. Which, as I said, is quite nice. It's nothing amazing because it's only 20%, but, you know, it is still a, you know, slightly noticeable difference. Trunks is not the unit I want you to be supering. That's going to hurt us a bit, but that's okay. But yeah, I am really impressed with this Majin Vegeta EZA. He's really good. It's just a shame about the limited part of his passive. Even the Trunks Kid portion of it isn't overly limited, because as I said, there are some decent Kid Trunks units in the game, because it literally just has to be a unit whose name includes Kid Trunks, or Trunks Kid, shall I say, which applies to so many units in the game who are pretty good. It's just mainly the Bulma one. Like, damage reduction can be so important in harder events, and you just miss out on it. Oh, that is quite frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. So we do have the support. So we also have the attack and defense plus 20% from the Trunks Kid unit, and we also have the support from the Super Saiyan Xeno Vegeta. So we're sitting on like 186k, yeah, 188k attack stat and 214k defense. That's actually really nice. His defense is actually in a very nice spot. So we're getting our 18 key off because, I mean, we're getting extra key from the support anyway. So I don't know how easy it is going to be get off his 12 key with the support. 5.7 on the AoE. So an extra 200k I think we're getting. We also got the additional as well. Fantastic. 5.9. We're literally just scraping 6 mil. Damn. 6 mil. Level 10 links, or like, you know, having a few of those extra links off, because the majority of Majin Vegeta's links are attack links and then like free key links. There's no defensive links in here at all, unless you get, I think, yeah, unless you get Shattering the Limit to level 10. There is literally no defensive links, which is why him getting defense on his EZA was huge for him. But yeah, as a damage has never been a problem with Majin Vegeta. But especially with those attack links as well, because as I said, majority are literally just attack links. But literally about 6 mil. 6 mil on his 12 key is insane amounts of damage output. I think the only thing I would have added to this unit, but I think that's kind of me being biased just to make a Vegeta unit better, would be maybe on like the 12 key if he had raise attack and defense for the turn. That'd be quite nice. I don't know, as I said, maybe that's me being biased and just trying to make a unit better because I want him to be better, even though he's still very good. I don't know, I think that would have been nice, but other than that, he's a very good unit, and the added defense now makes him usable, which I'm very happy about. He's going to be great in SBR and ESBR, as long as you're kind of weary with him, like a lot of other units, and protective over him with the, you know, the use of items. And the fact he can stun, do that much damage, even on an AoE as well, and also stun all enemies on an AoE is very useful to have and nice. As I said, the only major downside is kind of the limitations in his passive, the main one being specifically the Bulma part of his passive, because there's just no usable Bulmas that go in the same category as him. The only one is the Vegeta and Bulma unit, who unfortunately just isn't usable in 2022. You're running huge risk just to get that 20% damage reduction. So it is a shame about that. Other than that, he's very good, and this EZA is very good. I'm very impressed. Let me know what you think down in the comments. This was a little bit of a longer one, but we had a lot to get through. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.